Hello everyone, let's look at the main structural elements of Maven. The easiest way to study them is by a sample project. The main Maven feature is that the build process is managed not by a script, a sequence of commands, but by a declarative document that describes the build goals and their settings. In case of Maven, it would be pom.xml file, which is located in the root folder of the project or module. The format of the pom.xml is defined by a number of sections that serve to configure the various features of the build system. One of the Maven key features is to manage the project dependencies. pom.xml has respective section dependencies, and dependency should be specified by three so-called coordinates: group ID, artifact ID, and version, as well as a scope in which it should be used. All dependencies or artifacts must be downloaded from some repository, public or private. Repository addresses can be specified as in pom.xml for a specific project, but you can also specify repositories at the higher level in the settings.xml file. Let's look at sample settings.xml. Here we see the servers section, which contains credentials for accessing private repositories, and in the section of build profiles we prescribe repository addresses and identifiers. But even if the repositories section would be empty, Maven has a special default repository called Central. It's a global public Maven repository. On the Maven Central website you can find information about all the containing artifacts. Let's try to find Google's JSON library. Select the version, and we get here the coordinates of the artifact in the Maven format. Any company or person can deploy their own public or private repositories. Let's look, for example, at the public repositories for JMix Java framework. What we see is a tree of artifacts available in the repository. Here we can get the artifacts coordinates as well. And there is one more important type of repository, local repository, the place where artifacts are saved when downloading from remote repositories. By default, the local repository is located in the .m2 folder in the local user's home. Artifacts in the local repository are structured into packages according to their coordinates. So the artifacts we open has coordinates group ID com Google Collections, artifact ID Google Collections, and version 1.0. Thank you.